Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. You're now listening to the Mind of an Aquarius Moon. I'm the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God's duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And we in the motherfucking Mars series right now. Now look, let's talk about Mars for a second, because we have Mars in Virgo right now. So what's Mars? Mars, your intentions, your willpower. You know what I'm saying? Your passion. It carry out the duties and obligations of the motherfucking sun. Same way Archangel Uriel carry out the duties and obligations of God. My dad. Now, let's get into Mars and Virgo. Now, with Mars and Virgo right here, now, this is a little tricky. A little tricky. Because it kind of see, with Mars being in Virgo, it throws people off details. Because when you're going to be so keen on details, you're going to find it hard to focus on things because you're going to want to do a lot of things at one time. It's going to heighten the senses of Mercury, because look, Mercury rules Venus. I mean, Mercury rules Virgo, and it's also exalted here in many so say. So when you have Mars here in Virgo, it heightens the senses, and see, it's like a big brother, little brother type of situation, or uncle and nephew type of situation, as far as Mars and Mercury. So when Mercury trying to learn things, like an infant, is trying to learn things and pick things apart and seeing how things work and learn things, Mars, the older brother, is sitting here, or the uncle is sitting here like, man, look, I already did that shit. I'm telling you how it worked. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? Do this like me. Do this like, it's like an influence. It's an influence on the younger life, to the point that, you know, the younger brother may start looking up to the older brother and start saying, all right, well, let me stop trying to learn things and just do it and learn it like that. And it turns Mercury into Hermes and start running off. This is how Hermes got the boots and start running off fast and shit, because it always knew it had the speed. It just had to actually do it. You learned from Mars, but it learned from Aries. This is what Aries turned. Now, when we want to get to Greek mythology, look, this is a whole nother video, but I'm gonna break it down a little bit. You know, when Aries taught Hermes, Aries taught Hermes how to physically efficiently use your war power. But see, Hermes is too young. He always wanted to jump into the war, but Aries always was like, nah, you ain't ready for war yet. Just sit here and train and shit and train. And you know, he always thought he was weak. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, Aries working around all buff and shit, fucking all the bitches and shit. You know what I'm saying? Fucking all the bitches and shit. You know, Zeus looking at this nigga like, this nigga must think he me or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So Zeus looking down like, Aries, you must think you me or something like that, motherfucker. We ain't talking about the Aries zodiac. We talking about the figures, you know what I'm saying, right here. You know what I'm saying? How they played out in Greek and shit. You know what I'm saying? Aries saw you running around, you know what I'm saying, buff and shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucking Jupiter, I mean, Zeus motherfucker looking at it like, this motherfucker think he me, right? You think he me. You know what I'm saying? This nigga ain't me, but I just want to see what I want to see what he gonna do. I like his style a little bit. I want to see how he train the motherfuckers. I can sit back a little bit, let Aries do his thing, you know what I'm saying, until I'm ready to go. So, you know what I'm saying? Aries sitting down, he flexing on motherfuckers, fucking all the bitches and shit. So, you know, Hermes see this shit. So he like, boom, but he want to train, but he want to do shit the fast way. He the one who want to take steroids. He the one who wanna take shortcuts and shit like that. So that's how, but he learned something from Aries, you know what I'm saying? So that's how he made the boots and shit like that. Start getting fast and shit. Start learning shit fast and learn how to run fast. Now he run at the speed of light and shit. And this is where the energy with Flash came from, the superhero Flash, and he got part of the Mercury energy and part of the communication. But that's a whole nother video right here. But you know what I'm saying? Right now we get into motherfucking reason why I even be breaking shit down. I break shit down in the energy of the sign I'm in. You know what I'm saying? And Virgo deals with details and being analytical and being critical to the point of the subject we're talking about. So I just went into details and overanalyzed the subject we're talking about for you to get a better understanding that when Mars comes into Virgo, it excludes all that. Now all that I just did is excluded now. Now it just don't even wanna sit there and learn a specific one thing. It wanna learn the ramifications of it, but it don't wanna learn the details of it. So basically, like when we get into things like religion, Mars and Virgo people may not necessarily want to get into one religion, but they may learn a bunch of different religions just to understand that, okay, all religions come from one religion. So they bring it to a common sense, practical level. Oh, you're a religious person? There's 1,000 different other religions out there. And they dry. It's like it's dry. You know what I'm saying? There's no passion behind it. No spunk behind, no energy behind what they actually want to express. Because the passion planet itself is in a stable earth sign and is in a mutable. So it's gonna do that in many different subjects, in many different situations. Not just predicated on one situation, or not predicated on trying to start a situation. It's predicated on many situations. So it's like sitting here trying to like analyze a bunch of shit at one time and trying to come to a common sense. And if it don't actually make sense, they're gonna criticize it. They're gonna criticize it. So if you're around a Mars and Virgo person talking this, that, and the third, and you're not making motherfucking sense, they're gonna criticize you. And every time you come talking that yin yang again, they're gonna before you even get into what you want to get into, thinking you know a little bit more than you thought last time. They're gonna cut you off. They're gonna cut you off with their head fixated on what you tried to express last time. So it don't matter how good you come across it next time. They don't give a fuck. Because they're not going to pay attention to the details of what's different from this conversation, from last conversation. They're just going to look at the conversation as a whole and not want to get into it. They're going to be like, man, you always on some funny shit. Man, you always on that bullshit. Man, you always talking that shit. You. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right there. That's a Mars and Virgo motherfucker right there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Mars and Virgo females, They don't even like you if you ain't got no job. If you ain't got no job, don't even waste your time talking to a Mars and Virgo female, cause she's not gonna even sit there, and then she gonna cause look, she may down talk you or something like that to the point that it may hurt your feelings, but in her head she not down talking you. She actually feel like she's making you better. And she's gonna make you feel like the reason she don't want to get involved with you is because, see, in her head, she feel like it's too much things to work on, and she has to work on herself. And if she got to work on more things about you than her goddamn self, she ain't gonna have the passion or the willpower to do that shit. And her intentions is gonna turn away from you. So that's a Mars and Virgo female. See, you're not gonna understand that. You gonna think she being too naggy, or you gonna think she being too bossy, and she's not. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way she look at it. And see, if you a Mars and fire sign or a Mars and water sign, she gonna leave you feeling like, well, I don't necessarily need you to take on my problems for you to feel like that in the first place. So why you arguing with me about that kind of shit? And see, to her, as the Virgo sign itself, it's the help sign. It's the catered sign. It caters to people. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's how it receives. So, it's part of the receiver battery. You know what I'm saying? The negative battery. So, it's not that, it's that she can't help it. She's not taking your problems, but if she see you have problems, and if she see that her being with you is gonna take effect on her, like, cause it's a receiver sign. So she's not just thinking about herself, she's thinking about you too. So if she's gonna be with you, she applying some of your issues with her. And if it's too much baggage for her to carry, she rather leave that whole dead weight alone by itself. And if unfortunately that's you, sorry brother, but that's how they think. So don't take it personal, like she's like personally out here, even though it may come across like that sometimes. Yeah, she may be talking up and down about you to her goddamn friends. It's gonna play out like that, but how she truly felt about the situation, what made her come to that conclusion in the first place, it wasn't no negative, you know, annotation behind it. She just felt like it was gonna be too much. If you got more problems than her, then she could tackle herself, and by her being the cater sign, and she feel like there's nothing she can even do to help you, she can't even assess you to put, in her mind, how you gonna help her. So this is a fucked up situation to her, and it's a rocky road. And what's a road? Or earth sign. And anywhere there's a rocky road, there's a form of non-stability. And she's not on that foundation right there. So that's a Mars and Virgo right there. Mars and Virgo people in a nutshell. So, you know, we get into the motherfucking next sign. Flight boss, bitch. You know, for sure. And grabs down.